We're at David Person Field. This is our Wednesday pregame show, and we're talking to Tim Hook. Tim, we're heading for Chester, PA, huh? The MAC starts this weekend.
Everybody's very excited about it. This should be a good test for us right off the bat.
Let's talk a little bit about yourself. You're from the Harrisburg area. Did I read that right?
Yes, sir. I went to Central Dauphin High School in the Harrisburg area.
Okay. And if you had to talk to those people down there in that area, if they're watching this broadcast, what do you like about Lycoming College?
Well, Lycoming provides obviously a great education and a great football program, and I learned greatly from my high school coach, Coach McNamee. So I'd just say that Lycoming provides a good base if you're looking for a good school to go to and a good football program.
Okay, it isn't just football, is it? You guys enjoyed high school ball, and then you want to move on to college, and you got here, and you're a sophomore?
Yes, sir. I'm a sophomore, and it's definitely a lot more than football. Classes are definitely take a lot of your time here.
I've always wondered how you can get football in and studies and everything else. It's a real challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lot easier my sophomore year now. It was a little overwhelming my freshman year, coming in, it being my first semester and fighting for a starting spot and everything my first year. So,
let's talk a little bit about football. Great game on Saturday against Bridgewater. You ran for over 100 yards. I guess that's second game in a row we've had a 100-yard rusher. We usually don't get a quarterback in that position.
We weren't really expecting it during the week. It wasn't really centralized around me running the football or anything like that. That's the first time I've ever dominantly ran in a game. So, I mean, it was fun, though. It was very fun to dominate the game like that as a whole team. So, and up front, they did a great job. Obviously, if you have a 100-yard rusher, up front is where it starts.
It was an interesting half. There's not many times that you put up 34 points in the first half. You might consider it one of those halves that everything went right.
Oh, absolutely. Everything clicked from up front to the wide receivers to Josh, everything. Everything clicked.
Now, this team has had a little adversity, you might say. You were not the starter during the season, but you played a lot last year. And it seemed like you embraced that role to be ready to come in as soon as you were needed. And boy, it came faster than you thought.
Yeah, it definitely did come faster than I thought because Colin did earn the starting position in camp and everything. So, but I prepare every week to play, and I prepare like I'm gonna start every week. So, because I need to be ready to play every week in case he goes down.
Well, you had a great game. I'm a little nervous when I'm on the sideline running the tape, seeing the quarterback running because that's how Colin got knocked out. But even last year, you took some shots and got up and took off again.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's faster and it's harder hitting than high school, but you just play the game. You don't really think about the hits while you're playing. I mean, my mom probably cringes up in the stands more than I feel it, so.
I don't want you to talk a whole lot about Widener, but you were around when we played him last year. I'm not sure if you started in that game or not.
Yeah, that was actually my first start last year, so that was kind of throwing me right into the fire last year, getting everything started, but it'll be a good test for us.
Yeah, they're ranked number 1 in the MAC. This was a coach's poll preseason, but a lot can happen, and Lycoming's had a tough schedule so far. And now you're starting the MAC, and right off the bat, you get the top-ranked team, according to the coaches.
Yeah, I mean, they're ranked number 1, but Del Val's also had some big wins, and October's going to be big for us. We have our 4 biggest games in October, so that should let us know where we're going to stand.
Well, you had 3 big ones already with the first 3. Your 2 wins, 1 loss, and congratulations, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Tim Hook. This is Win Sport Online's Wednesday pregame show, and looking over the past week, I was talking to Tim Hook, and he had some nice comments about just being at Lycoming. It is an educational school. He loves it here, and but boy, what a nice start. Could have been 3-0. Yeah, rough schedule when you look at that schedule before you get into the MAC, wasn't it?
Yeah, John, I tell you what, when it worked out, you look at the Susquehanna game, who had been in our league forever and is a great rival of ours, and then you factor in Ithaca, who has an amazing tradition, and Bridgewater, who's played for the national championship in this decade, and it was pretty challenging.
I told Tim, and maybe you would agree with this, that probably everything went right in the first half against Bridgewater on Saturday.
For the majority of the first half, it did, John. I thought we got a little sloppy when it was 31-0. There was the drive that we go down and make it 34, where we made, in my eyes, 4 pretty critical mistakes that nullified big gains, and one that cost us a touchdown because we dropped it. So it could have been 38 at halftime, and from that point, I just thought we were very average on the offensive side of the football.
What do you tell a team at halftime? You're up 34-0 going into the locker room. I would say you'd at least want to try to put a score on the second half, at least let them know you're still around and you're not thinking about them coming back with the big upset.
Right, John. Our thing was we had some success running the football, and we wanted to try to do that. Limit the amount of turnovers that we had. We felt very strongly that with the way our defense was playing, that if we weren't going to give the ball to Bridgewater regularly in the second half, that they weren't going to be able to score 34 points against our group. So, unfortunately, we did turn it over twice and put our defense in a bad spot. But, we made the decision at halftime to be a little more conservative offensively.
Okay, we'll try to beat the rain here. We're starting to get some sprinkles. Looking ahead at Widener this weekend, they're ranked number 1 by the coaches' preseason poll, and it doesn't give you any breathers, does it?
No, it doesn't. I think our league top to bottom this year is going to be very, very competitive. Widener certainly deserves to be the preseason number 1 favorite, having won the league a year ago, and they returned some very good players. But I think the top 4 teams on paper, it could be a coin toss every time they go on the field, and we're just trying to hang in there and be competitive with those guys.
Going overnight Friday night to play Saturday. What do you know about Widener?
Well, I think that again, they have an incredible tradition, and they're a playoff team a year ago, and that's good. Their goal is going to be to win our league. I think they're a very good football team. I mean, they've got a couple big wide receivers that are athletic. They made a quarterback change a week ago. Pretty physical runner at the running back position in Ian Decker. Defensively, a very aggressive attacking 3-4 style team, and I think they have a linebacker there that was the MAC freshman of the year. MAC freshman defensive player of the year a year ago, and boy, is he's a great player too. So they're a good football team.
It'll be a challenge for Lycoming, and it's a great start. How's the injury list, and is Colin coming around yet?
Yep, Colin's practicing this week, and he probably could have played a week ago, but we made the decision to keep him out. And like I said, Tim came in and did a great job. And other than that, I think we're pretty good. Groin pull or 2 here or there, but fortunately for us, nothing significant along the injury on the injury front right now.
Okay, we're getting rained out. Thanks, and we'll see you Saturday.
No problem, John. Thanks a lot. Take care.